I don't care about what he wants. The reality of the fact is, he runs a sloppy fucking shop.
Great American Bash. Night 2 was obviously recorded very, very similar time to Night 1. One of the members of Indus-Share, I cannot remember which one, took a picture and uploaded to his Instagram of the winner of the winner-take-all main event match with both titles in his hand, covered in confetti, etc., etc. I love that Rhys is putting his notes here. WWE reportedly furious.
Reportedly,
I think.
Well, that's a headline of an article I saw. It was like WWE reportedly furious. I was like, yeah, fair.
I mean, that could be over anything. To be fair, that could be over John Moxley sneezing. But
you laid the bait, but I'm not biting.
Damn it. But I like your discussion point you put in, Rhys. Like, is it like a ratings grab? Is it going to be? Are they telling to do it on purpose? Because it's not obviously a prominent talent that's gone and done it. So it's not like someone is in the crowd of like Damian Priest stature, who's been on NXT a lot over the last couple of months. It's Indus-Share who's been on twice.
But I guess in a way that makes it almost more believable that it was an accident. I mean, if you're going to tapings and you're watching a show that's pre-recorded, you know not to, well, you'd hope you know not to take photos and upload that onto social media when you've got followers who follow the product that you're on. So call me a cynic, but I can't help but think it was done on purpose, and that, but because look at it this way, after Fyter Fest and Great American Bash, I personally thought Fyter Fest was a better show, and this week then I'd probably go and watch Fyter Fest Night 2 before the second NXT. Yeah. But now after seeing that, I want to watch NXT. Like I might, like in the UK, it's not until 1 a.m. but I might even stay up to watch that because of that leak, So, Yeah,
it's a fair point. I mean, ask our very own Day Owen, who goes to all the NXT UK tapings when they're on. Spoilers happen. Yeah. You warn people. You tell people you're going to put spoilers up. Yeah. Obviously, I agree with you on that, though, Rhys. I would say I wouldn't put it past Vince, because Vince has had more of a hands-on with NXT. If Vince hadn't been a hands-on NXT, this wouldn't have happened, because it's not a Triple H kind of thing to do.
You can tell Vince has been more hands-on with NXT as the recent quality of it has declined massively. Like Robert Stone getting thrown in the bin.
Sorry, I did it.
Robert Cook.
My thing is, it's been a very confusing time for everybody, right? Everybody. Good, you've been furloughed. Rhys,
I'm back to work next week.
Well, congratulations. But you were furloughed. That's true.
I was.
Rhys, you I've had to study all the way through this, correct? Yeah.
I should be studying right now, actually.
We're more important. It's fine.
I was put onto a 1 week on, 1 week off schedules just to be sure that, in case I contracted it, I could raise the alarm in time. It's just a very, very confusing time for everyone. Yeah, it's been a very, very confusing time for all of us. My point being, I think that a guy got confused and put it up because he thought it was airing that night.
I mean,
you guys are so cynical. WWE trying to drive ratings up. I just think he thought they filmed it all in one day, and he went, "The Great American Bash, it's got to be a one-time event. Let me just chuck everything on."
Sure. I mean, I would if I said there were certain days since this outbreak where I haven't woken up and thought, what day is it?
Exactly.
Where am I?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd love his thinking to be, it's Great American Bash this week, next week. That's bragging rights. Cool. That's fine. I can upload it.
And then my favorite thing another thing is one of those developmental talents that were in the crowd clearly just decided to go full bootlicker and just went and just posted a reply to all of the rumors saying, "We don't run a sloppy shop. 2 endings filmed. Tune in on Wednesday to find out which one it is." I'm just out there I don't. It's fine, but it just reeks of trying to like. It's like watching David Seaman scrabble back to save that shot from Naeem. I'm very sorry for alienating any American viewers, but yeah.
Although, what if they have recorded two separate endings, and again, like, you know, maybe they've leaked one of them as a...
I'd hope they record three and have one as like a double count out. That'd be a great way of doing it.
That's what I thought was going to happen, because when you see like a title match like this, you kind of think, oh, it's...
I thought we were getting cross interference.
It's going to be like a disqualification or something.
This was like booking themselves into a corner problem where they don't want to take the title off Cole, which today is his birthday, and 400 days as champion. Well, potentially.
Oh man, could you not held on for 20 more days?
420, nice.
No, that's 69.
Oh, okay. And then obviously, it would have been great to have like the double count out thing, or someone goes, oh, hold on, there's a third entrant, and just shoehorn someone in. But
who could that third entrant be, Joe? Someone who needs a push?
Who needs a push?
Someone who Vince is a fan of now that he's overseeing NXT a little bit more.
No.
Oh, Rick Booga's. Oh yeah.
Oh, what the perfect progress of crowd member.
Fan. Rhys, obviously, you know, Infinite Wisdom gave me these lovely notes. He has put about discussing the two first nights. Obviously, if you want to hear mine and Joe's opinions, we will repeat them anyway. Go onto YouTube or anywhere you get your podcasts from, and you can listen to a rebooted Wednesday Night Wars for one-off special. Two off, kind of, including this week.
Probably.
Two off. Yeah. Well, I'm not around, unfortunately, so Joe will be doing it on his own.
I'll do a Vic or something. Who knows?
Rhys, you said you preferred Fyter Fest.
Yeah, I did. Well, I mean, like, there were parts of NXT were really good. Like, the main event was really good. I also enjoyed the Thatcher versus O'Neal Lorcan match. But my gripe with NXT was it just kind of felt like a normal episode of NXT with one or two big matches thrown in, whereas Fyter Fest to me felt more like, you know, like a pay-per-view. Like, none of those matches would have looked out of place on a pay-per-view card. It felt a bit more like a pay-per-view to me anyway, but obviously the ratings completely disagree with me. So,
well, I have a thing about ratings, and I might write a thing about ratings soon. That main event from NXT was the best match on either show. Don't at me.
That's what me and Joe both agreed.
Don't at me. However, a month's worth of builds does make AEW the better show overall.
Yes, I agree with you. I'm just trying to find the
only reason why I changed my vote from AEW to NXT is because their women's division offends me. But
yeah, fair point. I'm trying to find here it is. Thing from Twitter. One of our members of TWM, lovely McIver, tweeted out or retweeted Dave Meltzer's ratings for Fyter Fest and for AEW. Do you know what he gave? Io Shirai versus Sasha Banks.
Yeah, no, I saw. I saw, and I don't care.
3.75 out of 5. That match was at least a 4.25, 4.5.
I said to no, but you also need to remember that Meltzer is number one is the opinion of one man, and number two,
Young Bucks stands.
3. Okay, so that's point number 2. Number 3, Meltzer is on record as not liking. Even when the Young Bucks were involved in it, he was complaining about it. He doesn't like the an interference-ridden match. Even though it was destined to happen and it made sense for the story that they were going to make, they were going to tell, sorry. He doesn't really like you know, the Asuka stuff and the Bailey stuff. He's not really, that's the kind of thing that he doesn't like in his wrestling. So he was always going to mark it down for that.
Yeah, that's true. I'll run through all of his his ratings as I've got them on my phone at the minute. He gave a 4.25 to Jurassic Express versus MJF and Wardlow, which is a fair point because that match was very, very good.
Yeah, that match had no right to be that good.
No, he did not. He gave Fords to both Cody versus Hager and Shida versus Ford. Again, I like what Joe said about that tag match. Ford versus Shida had no right to be as good as it was. Not because it's Penelope Ford, because it's someone who hasn't been in like the spotlight as much. Because Penelope Ford hasn't. She's been shoehorned in because of injuries, but that match slapped.
Yeah, it did, and I think that the bias is showing there with his reign for Hager versus Cody. It's a match. I definitely feel like we've seen that before. No,
yeah, like a main event in 2011.
You looked up. That's amazing.
No, I didn't. As a guess, I'm just assuming it was then.
Someone look that up, please.
I saw a tweet. It did actually happen on like, I don't know if it was main event or one of those other like B shows, but it happened.
SmackDown, August 2nd, 2013. Cody Rhodes versus Jack Swagger.
Well, there you go. I was even watching during that point. Jesus.
He gave Ortiz and Santana versus Private Party a 3.5 and Best Friends versus Omega and Page a 3.75.
Well, yeah, those are fair.
No,
those are
fair. He gave the Fatal 4-Way Women's match from Great American Bash a 2.75, which I think is a bit harsh. I actually did like that match.
That's a 3-star match.
It was a bit long, fair enough, but it was elimination. I enjoyed it. Lorcan and Thatcher got a 3.5. Again, I think that's a little bit low. If they give him more time, it would have been good. A fair rating is Aaliyah and Robert Stone versus Rhea Ripley. Gave it 1.
Well, he doesn't like comedy either. So
no, he doesn't.
I thought that match was the best match that they could have put on with the talent that they had involved. It's a 2.5 match.
Well, no, it would have been better if Robert Stone won and Rhea Ripley had to join the Robert Stone brand. Like that, then it would
that's where I thought they were going with it. But but you know, like it's that fork in the road. It would have been really, really interesting if Rhea Ripley had lost. However, if you want to reestablish her dominance, then having her beat 2 people at once is nice and easy.
Yeah, you gave a 1.5 to the strap match. There, it's a bit long.
I'd take 0.5 off that. I might even take 1 off that.
And then obviously the 3.75 for the main event.